What's going on YouTube? It's Sensei and place to be chilling, Mr. A&D. Better give you guys another Payback 2020 review. Yes, a week after SummerSlam. This review is coming a little bit late because we got behind a lot. And I do apologize for all that, for those who was expecting a review. And joining me to help me out is my main man, not Deion Sanders for Prime Time.
What's going on, everybody? It's me, I am me.
Well, we have Payback here, and we're just doing our job as wrestling podcasters to do the review, because Payback really wasn't nothing else. It was just a show that was just thrown together within a week worth of build, so there's nothing really coming up from it. And there were some good matches in my opinion, which I don't think I expected to be good, and then the ones that I really had faith in let me down, if that makes sense to you.
Okay.
So I didn't see the pre-show of the Riot Squad taking on the Iconics, but it does have that the Riot Squad defeated the Iconics.
I didn't see it either, but like I just seen this GIF and it's like okay.
What was the GIF of? Ruby Riot?
I'll tell you later.
Okay. So we kick off Payback 2020 with a singles match for United States Championship. Bobby Lashley with MVP and Shelton Benjamin taking on Apollo Crews. So I was like, finally, the United States Championship is getting on, the main card, not the pre-show.
It did not make the main card of SummerSlam, but that was just
I don't understand why that thing was. At least had a storyline to it. You know what I'm saying? But whatever the case may be. So this is once again we're back in the Thunderdome. Match was fine between Apollo and Bobby Lashley here, but there was no point in this matchup where I thought that Apollo Crews was winning the matchup at all. So Apollo Crews gets locked into what's he called, the full Lashley.
Unfortunately,
yeah, which is a terrible name. And Lashley makes him tap out. He tapped out rather quickly. And Bobby Lashley is your new, yes, I said your new WWE United States Champion. So, first of all, I thought that was a real great move. That's who it should have been in the first place, because Bobby is the main guy off that group. So, I mean, I think it's best that you definitely put, say the stamp of approval on that group with him having the championship. I appreciate MVP going, but MVP, you're a mouthpiece now. You're not really a legit thing. You're a mouthpiece. So,
I guess they said since we was gonna have him fight for the actual championship, then we don't want to do that. The more you get the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's
which I do believe is going to be a thing. But so your thoughts on the matchup?
I mean, it was okay. It wasn't like nothing special. It was just like, we already knew he was gonna win. We're just waiting on the 3 count or the tap out.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm glad. And then Apollo Crews looking very angry afterwards, saying, "I'm gonna get that belt back." Like I said, Apollo Crews showed more tenacity after losing his United States Championship than Kofi did losing his WWE Championship. And
it just didn't make sense, though.
Which, the Kofi or Apollo?
Apollo, I know he wanted to show some, show it, but he literally lost the match and then just started jumping for no reason. And he's a face. Usually the heel will try to jump you and then leave. He literally hit him and then hit everybody one time and then ran.
However,
so I didn't get that.
You want to talk about what don't make sense? What was JBL doing talking to Keith Lee backstage?
I'm not gonna say the.
No, please say it. Please say it, because you gotta help me
out. I'm not gonna even say that joke, but he was looking for some people, for some workers. I say looking for some workers.
Oh my god! I'm just like, here we go.
He want to do the Shawn Michaels thing all over again.
Exactly. I'm like JBL. What the hell was he even on commentary? Well,
he been on the pre-shows.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, now we're going to the next match, which, in my opinion, this is going to be hard to argue this, but in my opinion, I thought was one of the best matches of the night. and I actually really enjoyed this matchup. It kept growing. It did like the 3 stages of growth on here, and that was Big E taking on Sheamus. This was a throwaway match in the first place, but the question is like to really like legitimize Big E. I thought him and Sheamus had a good back and forth matchup to the point where they kept teasing bro kicks, they kept teasing finishing like the big ending, and they kept reversing it. So when they do that, that's usually a sign of necessarily good matches that happen. And Big E does the thing like he does his splash to Sheamus on the apron, and then Sheamus moves out the way, and then we do have a couple of near falls of Sheamus come off the ropes and Big E hitting the belly to bellies, and then hitting the 10 bell salute with Sheamus and everything. He tries to go for the bro kick. Big E catches him up in like a power bomb form, power bombs him, then hits the big ending. And so instead of winning with the stretch muffler, he does win with the big ending, so that's still part of his finishing move. So yeah, he looked good in this matchup, and I thought it was one of the best matches of the night. So, your opinion on it?
I wasn't really into it, to be honest. So.
Really?
Really? Because I was like, you got to think now, we have seen this match a ton of times over the past 5 years.
Okay, I want to say not recently, but I'm saying, but yeah, okay. If you talk about Big E and Sheamus, I can't say because Big E he ain't been doing no single stuff with Sheamus in the past. If you talk about New Day and the bar,
and then every time they made them fight 1-on-1 to see who's gonna have an opportunity to fight 1-on-1 to fight for the first.
Yeah.
It just feel like the same match, even though we haven't seen it for a while. I just still feel like this is still recent.
Okay, well, you know what? I share your same sentiment with the next matchup, and that is King Corbin taking on Matt Riddle.
So, just real quick, did you see the opening promo?
I missed the opening promo, guys. Like I said, you talk about when he talked about that he's not even a man at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pissed Matt Riddle off. So okay, I did see that.
What is that supposed to? What? They couldn't find no heat, so they just decided to make
this is a heatless match, and Corbin has to say some disparaging things, and then here go Booker T. Corbin's one of the best big men in the wrestling. I'm like, okay, stop, please, Booker T, stop, okay, because I disagree with all the shit you're saying right now, and I understand you got a little rivalry with Matt Riddle also, but no, stop that dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Have some respect for yourself. The match to me was boring. I didn't like it because I think Matt Riddle deserves a better dance. It's a Corbin match. It's a Corbin match with a very talented Riddle, which in my personal opinion, it should have been Gable. Him and Gable would have one hell of a matchup, but they end up doing that matchup on SmackDown in the first place.
So, like 2 minutes or less than that.
Exactly, but no, they give Corbin and Riddle about 11 minutes of match time, and I'm like
2 of the minutes was the match. The rest of it was rest times.
Yeah, oh my god, because like I said, I know Corbin's a heel and all that stuff like that, but it still sucked. I didn't care about it. Matt Riddle wins with the what's his top rope, twisting splash that he do?
I forget.
It's the bro something, right?
The bro air or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well he wins with that.
Bro float, bro high. I don't know.
Yeah, well he goes to the back. It's like he's excited that he finally put Corbin behind him, and Corbin attacks him again. I'm like, well, he's not behind him, so. That sucked, in my personal opinion. But now it's time to move on to the tag team championships, the women's tag team championships. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax taking on Sasha Banks and Bayley. So in this matchup, honestly, Sasha Banks is getting dominated by Nia Jax. Nia Jax is doing the whole thing where she's tossing her on the barricade in the powerbomb form, just slinging her. I'm just like, please don't injure that woman. Please don't injure her. Shayna Baszler is sitting there trying to do all kinds of things like, joint manipulation to Bayley. And the tag team champions are really in a bad predicament here because I did not expect them to actually book Shayna and Nia Jax to look like dominant. Because I thought it was going to be like dysfunction.
They book Baylor to lose every single match.
Yeah.
When's the last time she won a match other than the match against Asuka?
I really had to go back and look. I truly
every match.
I truly had to go back and look.
And then Sasha will be winning, and then Bayley mess it up. So, this come back to Bayley every time.
It do. And there was a unique thing where Sasha was being first Bayley tries to give the elbow to Nia Jax, and then Sasha with the frog splash, but Nia kicks out. It looked like she about to start doing the Hogan, like, whoa, Hogan get up. I'm like, Nia, please don't do that. Please don't do that. I beg of you, don't do that. So, but Shayna Baszler catches Sasha Banks in a flapjack, and then she has her in a hold. Then the Caribou clutch is on Bayley, and then but she still has Sasha in this like kind of like cloverleaf hole in her foot. So Sasha trying to crawl around, and she has the Caribou clutch on Bayley, and then when Sasha tries to reach and hit Shayna Baszler, she grabs her arm, and then she chokes out Bayley with Sasha's arm. I thought, no matter out of all the things that was happening in this matchup, that was the coolest thing in the matchup. I never seen nothing happen like that before. I thought it was really cool to have your partner be the one that's the one that chokes you out.
Yeah, and they actually didn't look convoluted either. It was like a fluid motion.
Exactly. So now, Bayley Dos Straps is just one champion, and then Sasha has no belts now. She has no tag team championships. She has no Raw Women's champion, and it's going to Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, and they're doing this Sheamus and Cesaro kind of tag team. But Nia Jax was doing all this kinds of celebrate, and I'm just like, Nia, what's going on, boo? It's just all kind of awkward. It seemed like a little bit. But she was like very excited and amped and like in your face, and Shayna was just like, all right, whatever. So now
idiot-ish to me, but I guess I shouldn't say that.
You said what?
It seemed idiot-ish to me, but I guess I shouldn't say that.
No, it's okay. Why not? Be free in your speech. You know what I'm saying? That's what it did. It looked that way. Next matchup is finally going to be the rematch that they were supposed to get on Raw, and that is Keith Lee taking on Randy Orton. If y'all thought Keith Lee looked ridiculous on Raw, so they changed the song again, and it's still bad. I don't like the song. And here's my thing. Okay. So why is it that if this is a CFO thing, right? Why is it that Keith Lee can't come out to his music, but Matt Riddle can?
And not even that. Why is you can come out to the intro, but not the full song?
Exactly. And I'm like, because
if that's the case, just have him rap over another beat.
Like seriously. First of all, the purpose of the Keith Lee thing, we know Keith Lee's not a rapper, but that's what makes it funny. That's what makes the song unique, because it's him. It's kind of like when D-Lo Brothers is on song. You looking at the real deal now. Like, it was great. It was great. Having him put the lyrics on the track, having the Usos be the one, Uso, and then, they go in there, ha, ha, ha. Like, that's just the...
I just asked if we can get a regular rapping song. We don't need no urban youth isms out of Keith Lee.
No, we don't. Because that's not what Keith Lee's thing is. We don't need the urban euphemism like that. But they had a good song. And I just don't understand how certain CFO songs can stay, but then certain can't. Like, why does Matt Riddle get to use his?
Yeah.
Now, once again, they did take out the bro at the beginning and just did the do 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 do.
So, yeah, I don't understand. I really don't understand why they do the stuff that they do, but they do it, so I can't say nothing.
Yep. So Vince got Keith wrestling in the shirt again, and he came out with like this lion print hoodie. I'm just like, okay, fine. This matchup, I was like, okay, because Randy Orton has no problem putting over people. It's especially like the big guys, but Keith Lee's not wearing the skirt no more. He is back to like the Keith Lee tights. I just don't understand the shirt. I guess
the shirt makes it more noticeable. If you want to say he's quote unquote fat, the shirt makes it more noticeable.
I think because Vince feels like he don't got no 8-pack, or he ain't got no chiseled body. You want to cover that up. Opposed
like Samoa Joe.
Exactly.
Samoa Joe don't wear the shirt. It's cool. When he wears the shirt, it's more noticeable.
Say that with Kevin Owens. Now Kevin Owens, he works better with a shirt though.
Yeah, I don't think he ever worked without a shirt.
Exactly. And I'm like, okay, it's not even a shirt. It's like Under Armour, and it's bothersome. But Keith Lee does gets his shit in. This match don't even last long. This match don't even. He just shows off the power. He gives Randy Orton a pounce on the outside that shocks Randy Orton. I thought that was kind of dope. Randy Orton does do his trademark drop on the announce table, but Keith Lee delivers it back to him and drops Randy Orton on the announce table as well. I thought that was kind of dope, giving him taking his own medicine. Then he's trying to go for the punt. Keith Lee catches Orton, and then he goes for the Spirit Bomb and wins the matchup. So far, the Spirit Bomb is his new finishing move, opposed to the Big Bang Catastrophe.
They're not gonna let them say that they can't do that on the on network television.
On the main show, they can't say the Big Bang Catastrophe.
Yes, because of the initials. I don't think they will let him do that. So, maybe not.
BB. What's the initials? BBC. Oh shit.
Yes.
You're right.
I don't think they can say Keith Lee hit him with the BB. I don't think they'll say
Oh yeah, you're right. Because here come that lawsuit. You're right. Well, I thought he was going to just do like what they did with John Cena, just go from FU to attitude adjustment.
They could do that.
Or like maybe he had the STFU to just STF.
I don't think he's did it on the main roster yet either. Because when he was in Survivor Series, he didn't do it. I don't think.
You're right. Oh,
he just did the Spirit Bomb.
You're right. And by the way, he wasn't going for a point. He was going to go for RKO. Keith Lee reversed it and then just gave him a Spirit Bomb. I was like, well, I thought he was going to have a longer, more competitive match than that one, but Randy Orton put him over real quick, made him look real dominant. So I was like, I can't get mad at that. It is now time for the tag team matchup, which we got on Raw. We getting it again. This is Murphy and Rollins taking on Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio. What costume is Rey Mysterio portraying? It's like
I have to go back and look at it.
I was trying to determine which one it was. I was like, it's sky blue, got this red mohawk. I'm trying to go through my superhero Rolodex, and I'm like, you lost to me, bro.
Let me just go make sure. It looks like, honestly, it looks like to be honest with you, it looks like an old school Rey Mysterio attire from 2002.
Fair.
Like, literally had an action figure look just like that.
Oh, damn.
I don't know for sure.
Well, I mean, the match is what it is. I mean, it's more, the tag team thing of Mysterio taking most of the heat until Dominic comes in the first place. And then when Dominic finally does come in, he gets the hot tag. But Seth Rollins goes back to dominating him, and they beat down Dominic some more. But we get a sequence where they're about to buckle bomb Dominic into the corner. And I see Murphy getting set up to hit his kick on the back of Murphy's head, because that's what is that what Xavier Woods and Jay Lethal used to do in TNA?
A lot of teams do that move, actually.
Exactly. Well, as Seth going for the buckle bomb, Dominic does a Hurricane Rana and tosses Seth right into the kick that Murphy does, and Seth rolls to the outside, and then Dominic gets Murphy down to the ropes, then slides his dad underneath the ring to give him that sunset flip powerbomb into the barricade. It wasn't the best looking one like it was with Andrade, but it was pretty dope. Then Dominic hits the left 619, then goes to the top and hits a frog splash.
I think even though he just started, I think he needs to get better at that a little bit.
With the 619 or the frog splash?
No, the move, because like he'll do it, he'll swing, He'll have a ferocious swing and then his feet like barely tap on, then they fly back.
Okay, yeah, he doesn't do a better job of like illustrating how good the move is for him at least. And then he pins Murphy, and they end up winning the matchup.
Yeah.
And then Seth just looks very disgusted at Murphy and just walks off. So that was, let's say, the match. It was alright. What you think of it?
Yeah, it was okay. It was a nice little match. I mean, just trying to give Dominic his reps.
Huh, they did that alright.
Actual reps in the ring, not getting beat up.
Oh yeah. I'll say yeah, but like I said, so obviously he signed a contract. He is going to be with WWE for a while. Main event time, no holds barred triple threat match for the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns.
You mean 1-on-1?
Taking on the Fiend, taking on Braun Strowman. If y'all remember SummerSlam 2000, when you had the rivalry that was so thick between Kurt Angle and Triple H dealing with his wife Steffi, that love triangle. Kurt Angle comes out first, and then Triple H come out first, and they fight for about a good 5 minutes before Kurt gets a concussion. Then The Rock come out to finish the triple threat match off. Now,
I mean, that's smart though.
It is smart. So we get a repeat of that here. It's just even longer. So,
except for I'm pretty sure they had like the quote unquote contract signed at that point.
Exactly. Roman. I mean, the Fiend comes out with the championship. I was like, well, he's the championship. He come out last. Oh, something's going on here. Then Braun comes. Braun just attacks the Fiend, like almost.
I thought he had came out first.
Yeah, and then they just go in and they just start fighting. That's just what happens, and it's almost like the same exact brawl from SummerSlam. Like it really was that. Like he go up to like he pulls out his crazy looking mallet thing and tries to, but then Braun throws the office chair at him. I always like that spot where Braun Strowman throws an office chair at somebody.
It was definitely the best when he doing that Roman though.
Oh yeah, oh god, he did that Roman. I was just like, yo, they didn't see that don't come in at all. I thought it was great. That he takes the mallet himself and tries to slam it on Bray Wyatt. Oh, excuse me, the Fiend, I should say. And then the Fiend hits some steel stairs, and then one thing that I don't like the Fiend what he does. I'm not a fan of the neck snap move. Like he's trying to break your neck type thing.
I think it looks good when he does it like on a one-off.
Yeah.
Or when he does it close to the end of a match, but not just randomly do it and then the person is getting up, moving their neck however kind of way they want to.
Exactly.
Because it just had no effect.
Braun Strowman ate that whole neck snap thing 3 different times. I thought that was way too much. They fought up on the stage, then they start making their way back down to the ring, and then when they get into the ring, Braun tries to go on the top rope. The Fiend gets up on there and gives him a superplex. And wait a minute, we get the ring breaking. Now, first of all, I love how Charles Robinson got caught up on the top rope. That joint made me glad because it was like it kept breaking.
Threw himself out the ring.
It kept breaking, but that top rope on that one side would just not go down. And then, since the ring is down, Roman comes out. Roman comes out with a steel chair and now finally signs the contract to make the matchup. He goes in there, starts.
Don't like it.
Say what?
Don't like it.
Yeah, he goes in there, starts wailing on the chair, pins the Fiend. Fiend kicks out. Then Strowman kicks out. Then he tries to go hit the Fiend again with the chair. The Fiend puts the Manimal Claw in Roman Reigns. But backstage, you do see Alexa Bliss, a.k.a. Harley Quinn, watching. I'm like, oh, God, I think I know where they're going with this storyline. And then he low blows the Fiend. He falls outside the ring, gives Strowman them chair shots, and then spears him. And that's the match. And Roman is the new Universal Champion.
So,
your opinion.
This is the problem people have with Roman in the first place, but because he's heel, it's okay.
I'm listening.
I'm saying, like, that one time he came back and just won the championship, every time he'd just come back and say, I'm champion or I'm number one contender. But yeah, he comes back, didn't do nothing. literally his first match back was the championship. Like, that's people are liking this because he's heel or what?
I guess people are trying to like it because he's heel now with Paul Heyman. I mean, if you look at it from a wrestling standpoint and a heel standpoint, the strategy is good, but as a match standpoint, I thought it sucked.
I'm just talking about just from a standpoint of general, like, because I know I get mad when I see people that get title shots that don't earn them. But yeah, he just walks back in here and wins the championship. Like, look, I know he said he didn't trust nobody during COVID and stuff. I understand, but like, you got all these people that stayed during COVID that did all this good stuff that they could have gave opportunity to, that they didn't because they was waiting on him to come back. I don't know. I kind of just feel some type of way.
No. I mean, I do understand that sentiment. I really do, and I'm sitting there myself and saying the same thing to the point like that because this is the way Vince wants to book Roman Reigns because this is his guy. He was waiting all day for this guy to come back, and you make a good point. Everybody was sitting there, had to go through COVID, had to try to come risk their life, risk their job to come out there and put on a show for you, and all the other opportunities you could have. Because first of all, I'm like, why are you making the Fiend a transitional champion?
2 times.
2-time transitional champion. I'm like, y'all don't
What's the point of even giving it to him last year? Why not just give it to Braun and then?
Yeah, you didn't. That's not exactly what I'm saying. You didn't even have to give championship to the Fiend. If you just want to have Roman come wreck what you could have did was you could have had Roman come wreck everything at SummerSlam. So there's a non-finish, which people wouldn't have liked in the first place. Neither.
No, they would not have. But
yeah.
Then if he would have beat, just not do the match. I don't know, man. Because if he would have beat the Fiend, they would complain. And then if he would have lost clean, I don't see. This whole thing just messes everything up.
It does. You're absolutely right. It messes everything up, and you're sitting there like, okay, so what do we do here? And okay, so with that being said, it's like, okay, well, fine, we are going to do a triple threat match, and I'm like, hey, that could have been a really damn good matchup between the three of them. But if you're going to have the Fiend win the championship, do literally nothing with just the transition. He's the Mankind when he won the championship at SummerSlam, just because Stone Cold did not want to use Triple H. And I was just like,
yeah, but I just, that's kind of so messed up for the Fiend to be built up all this time and then get screwed over every time. Oh, that's frustrating.
It's always Roman. And once again, they were supposed to do the Fiend versus Roman at WrestleMania, which they probably still going to do, but they're trying to switch it to make it seem like the Fiend is the face and Roman's the heel. And I'm like, y'all tried this before, but I'm like, but why? I don't like the Fiend. The Fiend ain't supposed to be the face. He's not supposed to be the face. That's the purpose of the character. You have Mr. Rogers Bray Wyatt for that, but he's not supposed to be the face. And then Roman comes in, so they probably gonna have the Fiend try to chase it. And I'm like, okay, so now you gotta kind of like, and then you made the Fiend look weak. How the Fiend no sell the shit Seth Rollins did to him in the Hell in a Cell and lived to the point where now he gets low blow and then he just like rolls out the ring and it doesn't even care. Like there's no theatrics. Everything y'all doing with the Fiend seems like you just forgot about it when Roman.
Hey, that would have been the perfect moment to have him no sell it is when the ring break.
Yes.
Y'all did all that stuff to him in the beginning. All this, threw him in the fireworks while they went off, and he got straight up. And then now he just get kicked, and now he just like, oh, I'm out.
Yeah, it's hard to break. So what's your grade for Payback?
Is it pass or fail or letter grades?
I'm going to say pass or fail. I don't think you'll ever. Oh, damn. Okay. He said fail. I want to hear the fail. F. F is for the fatty for wearing my I'm playing. Yeah.
Nah, it just felt to me like, was the pay-per-view solid? It was okay. It was just, it's not stuff I just didn't care about. Even though it was put together in a week, I was still like, okay, yeah, okay, sure, fine, whatever. So yeah, I was not invested.
Neither was I. I thought the triple threat match had it tried to a different concept. But first of all, that anytime the Dominic and Rey Mysterio match is longer than the main event, I'm like, well, we're backwards here. We're clearly backwards, and I just didn't. I'm not a fan of the Fiend being a traditional champion. But I mean, I like heel Roman Reigns. I like him with Paul Heyman, and he's doing heel tactics. I mean, my man, he wrestling the shirt for God's sakes. But I'm just like, I don't know. I just feel that it's at the expense of the Fiend. It's always at the expense of Bray Wyatt for some reason. And I don't like it. So, post any comments down below.
It don't even seem like Bray is a 3-time champion.
But he is.
It don't even seem like it.
Exactly. But you know, post any comments down below. And by the way, like I said, Mick Foley. You know, Mick Foley's a 3-time champion too.
I thought he was a 4-time champion. Wow. 3-time, okay. And
2 of them times he was transitional, just like the Fiend was, and 1 of the times he held it for a month, just like the Fiend did. So there you go.
Yeah, he did all that celebration. He got the biggest pop probably ever. Stone Cold came out and that when he won and all that.
Yeah.
Just.
Mm-hmm.
That's some of them parts I don't understand either. How you get the biggest pop and you see people love him and cheer for him, but yeah, you just don't care.
Because everybody knows at the end of the day, it's for what you know who wants, and that's it. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit the subscribe button for more wrestling content right here on Nerd Coalition Studios. And once again, this is NCN Place to Be, Joe Tramer, Stay ND, and not Deion Sanders for prime time.
All right, y'all.
All right, and the Nerd Coalition is out.